Hey there everybody, nice to meet you. My name is Spoken Mind and welcome to the first installment of Speaking My Mind, a kind of rant slash vent slash opinion based series. Today we'll be talking about buttons, aka cookie stars, aka pastel milk bubble, aka draconic fluff, aka Zeph slash Set. You might have heard about them, might have not. In the description I will link to 2 videos talking more of what they did in the past and how it came to this from my good friend Thatkiddouglas. Really worth a watch. Too long didn't watch? Okay. Back in April there was this breakup between Anthony Aguilar, also known as FNGR for no good reason, and the aforementioned buttons. This wasn't a peaceful breakup by far. It was a ridiculous Tumblr wine fest, and that's softly said. Buttons went to Lily Orchard, of all people, and gave her a whole spiel about that Anthony abused them and that he was the most horrible human being in existence and should be nailed to the cross for his deeds. Buttons gave a lot of screenshot evidence from their private Skype conversations, and I went through almost all of them, and to be honest, I didn't see any abuse in the way that Buttons was claiming. What I did see, and again, honesty, is that Anthony wasn't the best boyfriend by a far stretch. He was an asshole even at times. That's also what I think of him, by the way. He's an asshole, a drama queen and all that, but he is not an abuser. Now, from April till now, there have been a lot of squabbles between their side and our side, and a whole lot of false accusations thrown around from their sides. The first screenshot you see her supposed sibling that is talking for them. The second screenshot is telling me to kill myself. I mean, we can do it to her, but she can do it to us. Yeah. It even came to it that Buttons threw legal matters in the ring, because Anthony shared a picture of them, a picture that didn't even show their face, and he did only do that after they blackmailed him. They told him, watch my apology video or I'm gonna go to the police. Or whatever it was at the time. The legal matter was, to the best of my understanding, that they couldn't publicly talk about each other anymore. Something that Buttons broke first, by the way, by mentioning him in a journal. But you know what though? Anthony still didn't talk about them in public. The only place he talked about them was in private chats, and even then he did the bare minimum of talking about them. It was my friends and I that did most of the roasting. He couldn't care less. Well, yeah. To be fair, he made a vague post journal after hers. Big whoop-de-doo. You know what that did to them? I mean, so they are claiming. It gave them an eating disorder. I mean, you can read between the lines, but Anthony never said anything about her being a burden or what the hell that she even claimed he was saying. I don't know. It gave them an eating disorder. Anorexia nervosa it is called. And okay, maybe. But they showed this picture that was supposed to prove that, but I mean, the only thing it proved to a lot of us was that they were skinny and should eat more. I even asked a few of my other friends who didn't know anything about buttons, and they all said the same. They look just skinny as hell, not anorexic. Anorexic, yeah, no. Not even gonna show an example of that because that's just By the way, buttons, just to give a disclaimer, you made this picture public for anyone to see. Because, as I recall, you were guilt-tripping people on Tumblr with it. Oh, and also mentioning Anthony while guilt-tripping with that picture. Again, breaking your legal matter. And that's only the beginning of their accusations, what Anthony did to them. There's also the wildly stupid accusation that he's a pedophile because he roleplayed with a legal adult. She was 19 years old at the time. See where it already goes wrong in that? More on that in the third link in the description. I find the arguments too stupid to even explain. Back to the other accusations. So they accused him of giving them an eating disorder, although he hadn't talked about them in ages. The only thing that happened was that he talked in, like I said, private conversations, and that he liked stuff where they were mentioned. Now, if that isn't petty, then I don't know. So people can't even like videos anymore. Boy. Then there is the countless of times that they are saying that he is driving them to suicides, and oh boy, dear ladies and gentlemen, prepare your ears because there's an angry rant incoming. I absolutely hate when people do this, going around and telling people, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, woe is me, please have pity with me and give me hugs and sympathy. Fuck that shit. The only thing you are gaining is fishing for compliments. I had a friend like that once, where she was fishing for sympathy and even harmed herself in the process just to look genuine in the act. I saw the scars and I felt horrible for her. I didn't want to lose her, and I gave her so much positive energy that it depleted my own. After I finally broke that friendship off with her, I was in such a deep and dark hole that I wanted to end it myself. Those were scary thoughts, to say the least. The only thing that stopped me was because I was too much of a pussy to down the bottle or jump off a building or cut myself. I was too much of a coward to do it. You know what I didn't do though? Ask for help, ask for sympathy, ask for people to make me feel good. I should have done that, but I didn't, because I didn't want to be a burden to those around me. That's the difference between people that are capable of doing it and those that are just doing it for sympathy and attention. Because of people like that, there are people that do kill themselves because no one takes them serious. It's disgusting. Also a big difference, I looked for help. I found help, professional help, and finally got out of that dark hole. And I'm hoping to God that it won't suck me back in. I still have periods where I still feel the dark pulling me back in, but luckily I can now tell myself gonna be okay. You can do this. You can get through this. Okay. That was that. For now. Back to business. Back to the button at hand. Now, you'd think that they would have moved on by now. He is ignoring them, not giving them the light of day, except for, like I said, in private conversations and when someone brings them up. Not Anthony bringing buttons up, people bringing buttons up. You know, the thing that people are doing to you, buttons. Bringing the drama to you. That's exactly what is happening with Anthony. People are bringing the drama to him. But no, they keep accusing him of stalking them, and even went as far as stalking and harassing his new girlfriend. I guess it's rules for thee, but not for me, like the saying goes. Buttons. I have only this to say to you. Move the fuck on. Your feeble attempts at making your ex-boyfriend pay are pathetic. No one is taking you serious, except for the ones you told your sad sob story to. You're not even grateful for the help they're giving you because you just keep on feeding and feeding your own anxiety instead of saying, leave me the fuck alone and keep at that. If you really want to move on, then you should stand by that point. Ignore him, ignore us, ignore everything you are mentioned in. You are just feeding the drama. And you know what they say about feeding the trolls? Don't do that. It's just that fucking easy to move on. Just do it. Okay, just a few more last points before I say goodbye. If I were you, I wouldn't waste the money that people are giving you on adoptables. It's common fucking courtesy to actually use the money for the things that you said you were gonna use it for. Not spend 12,000 points, aka $12, to buy a drawing, or even $65. And just a little disclaimer, everything I shared here, everything I said, you made public. I did not take this out of a private account or shared anything that was said private. I took it from your social media accounts, which are probably gonna be deleted soon. But yeah, you really should not try to make everything in your private life public. The internet is not a safe space. It is a harsh wasteland. Softly said. Whew. I'm Spoken Mind, and thank you for listening.